this Black Friday live event with AppSumo. Today's going to be special. We've got members of the podcast launch community joining, podcasters and entrepreneurs, and then we're going to do some live demos as well, with a couple surprises along the way. So up first, we've got Gumlet. They're returning for the second time at one of these live events, and really grateful that they said yes to demoing again and talking about their latest features and why AppSumo has been so successful for them. So before we go to them, I'd like to introduce you to Robbie from Chatting Tracks, who's waving, and then a familiar face you've seen over the last few days, SA Grant from Boss and Caged. There we go, tapping on the head. I'm your host. And then welcome the Gumlet team.
Hey, hello.
Awesome. So tell me about both of your positions at Gumlet, and then we can talk a little bit about why you're coming back to AppSumo this time.
Sure. I'm Divesh. I'm one of the co-founder. Last time, my other co-founder Aditya did this podcast, so this time I'm taking the lead here. I handle business side of things. With me is Vaibhav. He's our product marketing lead, and everything you read about Gumlet anywhere on the internet, passes through his hands. So yeah, that's
Awesome.
that's us.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So for anybody that doesn't know Gumlet or hasn't watched the live demo before, what is Gumlet?
Sure. I'll get into a bit of a story. I guess that would be more helpful in setting the right context. So we had developed this really cool technology called per title encoding in 2021, which would look at a video content and then compress it so that it delivers the best viewing experience. I mean, it consumes less data while streaming, to put it in simpler words. And this is the same technology that Netflix uses, and a similar version of it is what Google uses. And we were able to sort of reverse engineer this tech for our enterprise clients. And we had quite a good success with enterprise clients. And then we noticed that, hey, a lot of creators, literally hundreds of thousands of creators, are moving away from Vimeo because Vimeo is frequently changing the policies and the pricing plans and limits, and they are very clear about where they want to focus. So we thought that, hey, let's build something that empowers creators, video marketers, and small and medium businesses. That empowers them with the same tech that the biggest video streamers in the world have. And so yeah, our product initially was just API based, so it was very developer centric product. And so we set out in a 6-month project, and at the start of this year, around Feb and March, we launched our first version of CMS, which would let anyone use this tech and just stream great video experience without doing any API integration on their end. And yeah, we were very nervous that, hey, we don't have all the features, and no live streaming. We didn't have folders and everything, and we took a leap of faith and launched on the Sumo day. And yeah, and got lucky that Chris hosted us then. And yeah, the response from community was great. We got tons of positive reviews and thousands of AppSumo customers in one go in a few days of time. Because Sumo Day is even smaller sale than the Black Friday. And then we were like, yeah, let's just keep building and keep going. And so in last 6 months of time, we have launched lots of new updates. We have completely revamped our CMS. There are like 20 features that were requested on our roadmap and voted by customers, which we have shipped. We have fixed a lot of bugs. There is no shame in admitting that. Like, there were bugs about uploading videos, there were bugs about embedding videos, there were bugs in the analytics. Everywhere there were some bugs here and there when the first product we did. But yeah, I mean, we are very lucky that community was very patient and very understanding, and they liked what they liked, and they gave us time to improve what they didn't like. And we got a chance to build a better product. And that's the true reason why we are back to AppSumo, right? It's just that this community it's not just that companies like us are taking a leap of faith. It's the customers who are also taking a leap of faith here, and believing in new products, and giving them a chance to get to that critical mass that otherwise might take you a year, or some might not even lucky to get to 1,000 customers despite all the efforts. So yeah, that's we really appreciate the community here, and that's the reason primarily we are back for Black Friday.
Oh, that's awesome. It's great to hear that you did have a successful campaign and that you used all that feedback to generate or create new features, and you're coming back to do the same again. And maybe you'll be back at Sumo Day and Black Friday again. It'll be a really nice circle. We're all Sumolings here, so yeah, everybody gives feedback on different tools. I've not yet used Gumlet, even though I have a lifetime deal of it. So I need to go back through it and have a look. Have any of you guys used it, Robbie and SA Grant?
I would say I have not used it, but I do have some questions about it from the LMS standpoint of education platforms. I think that's like the biggest hurdle with YouTube currently right now is like the YouTube watermark and trying to hide or deactivate that. Does your platform kind of step past that to where it could be completely branded as the individual and don't have to worry about actual student actually clicking on a link to go to your platform?
Yeah, so that's one of the pain points that we address with Gumlet. In our product demo, Vaibhav would show what kind of player customizations and everything is available. So for LMS point of view, we solve, I guess, three key problems. I mean, the basics is that the videos is easy to embed. It would work on any LMS, so I wouldn't get into that. But our player is fully customizable. You can add your logo, you can brand your player, everything works out of box. There's no need for coding, everything works from our dashboard. Second point we address is the security. In LMS, you don't want your educational content being stolen or being streamed outside your specific domain, so we'd cover that as well in the demo. And the third part is that we provide video analytics embedded in our video embed. So if you just use Gumlet video embed anywhere, we capture the video analytics, and it's easily available on your dashboard to sort of understand what content is doing good, which content has student dropping off at 20% mark or 30% mark. And yeah, so those are the features, and yeah, I'm glad to announce that, or that most of Sumolings who are using Gumlet are from edtech sector. So more than half of them are doing courses. They are using one LMS or another, or they have their own WordPress websites. And yeah, that's actually one of the biggest use cases.
So to address one more issue with YouTube, Grant. So when the video gets over, you end up getting a bunch of recommendations on the player itself, which takes the people away from your website altogether, to probably sometimes even like a video of your competitor. So that is another problem that we solve with our player as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be creating new educational content for my course. So gonna move away from Thinkific, and I don't even know why I'm using that anyway, because we got brilliant directories and other software on AppSumo. So I'll be using Gumlet. Don't you worry about that. Okay.
Great to have you on board.
So let's go into the demo, and then when we have some questions, we'll just shout them out, and if there's any in the chat as well, we'll ask them.
Sure.
Okay, here you can. My video is visible. All good?
Yep.
All right. So I'll dive right into the video CMS. I'll show how simple it is to host, secure, and stream your videos with Gumlet. The first thing that comes into the picture is uploading a video. There are a lot of different ways that you can upload a video on Gumlet, all the way from like uploading them from your system to using APIs to automate upload, or using different cloud storages to upload your videos. For now, just for the sake of the demo, I'm just going to pick a video from my system. You can see it barely takes a few minutes for the video to kind of get added to the queue, and yeah, it's done. For the sake of the demo, I'm going to move to an existing video that we've already uploaded and is ready to go. This over here is exactly what your video player is going to look like when you embed it on your website. So this is one place where you know exactly what to look for, what you're going to get, what it's going to look like on your website or your app. Right below the video, this is the video details page, by the way, and right below the video, you get the basic analytics like the views and the watch times. You also get description and tags, which helps you manage your videos better. There are metadata and other data over here for you to add SEO information, which is also very necessary. Over here, you have a bunch of options that lets you very quickly tinker with the different features that you need to make sure you have with your video. The most important one is publishing. So if you just, there are three basic ways you can publish the video. You have an embed code, you can embed them in email, and there are also URLs. To very quickly go into each one of them, there are a lot of different settings that you can just basically toggle on and off to make sure that you get your embed code just the right way. You can add your vast tag URLs, your Facebook and GA pixels. Similarly for email and as well as for URL and for URL. For URLs, you get like a share URL, a thumbnail URL, and like the main MPD URL that you can use across websites and applications.
Sure.
There are
I'll just double tap on that. Vaibhav, just could you open the publishing options?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So embed code is like you get the player and analytics, everything. So just paste this anywhere and it would run smoothly in app and any language, anything. It just works that way. The Facebook and Google Pixel is to capture the audience you want to use for remarketing. You want to identify who watched your video and that. And Vastag is let's say you have a big enough audience and you want to run ads on your video, much like having your own YouTube. That's where that would help. And the last part, the URLs part, yes. So here the share URL will open a entire video page. So let's say you are using this for sales or this is just a quick demo you want to send to someone. It will open a share video page which you can password protect. We are going to cover that, but yeah, it's like, and we have similar page for a channel as well. And the last bit, the impact dash URL is an HLS URL, which is the standard streaming format, which lets you automatically switch to different video resolutions, what YouTube, Netflix, everyone does. And that URL you can embed into your own player. So it's not necessary to only use Gumlet player. You can have your own video player. Case being, some LMS only allow you to add that video URL. So this is that video URL that would work here. We have another options of generating MP4. Let's say some legacy LMS like maybe I guess Moodle or something like that. They don't support HLS videos. In those cases, there will, and you have selected an option to generate MP4. There will be an option here which is MP4 URL. You can put that MP4 URL and your video will play.
Divesh, thanks for that, and feel free to interrupt again if I miss anything. Moving on, you can obviously add your thumbnails. You can either pick a thumbnail from the video or you can add a custom thumbnail of your own. You can add subtitles in multiple languages and you can have multiple subtitles over there as well. There is also an option to kind of generate subtitles if you want to. You can add video chapters, which again is a very important feature if specifically for course creators. You can add call to action buttons in then define when the buttons kind of pop up, what kind of background and color you want, add links, etc., open in different tab and all of that. So you can have call to actions. Then you can also download the video asset right from the CMS platform itself. Next, I'm going to go to the video privacy bit. So Gumlet allows you to have like a multi-layer video privacy enabled for all of your videos. To start with, the most basic one is password protection, which you can essentially toggle on and off very simply from your video details page. Next up, I'm going to cover a couple of other features: signed URLs and allowed refers. Signed URLs is essentially creates like time-bound URLs, which you can embed in your apps or websites, which make sure that only when people kind of log in to your system, the videos work, and then those URLs expire after a certain amount of time or once the person kind of logs out. Allowed refer restricts domains, like is basically domain restriction, which makes sure that the whitelisted domains that you add are the only domains which allow your videos to be played, and your videos don't play anywhere else. The third one is DRM. DRM right now is pretty much the gold standard of video protection, which is used by the likes of Netflix and other OTT platforms. It is one of the most powerful ways to protect your videos from piracy, and DRM is something that Gumlet offers out of the box as well.
And DRM is a feature that is included in our AppSumo plan. And on the tier 5, that's a feature why most Sumo link go all the way to top tier. That they encrypt your video. So let's say even someone downloads your video, or someone is trying to use a browser plugin to record your video, it won't work. The video will come off as a black screen, much like you can try this. I mean, go to Netflix, try to take a screenshot, it will come off black. Same level of security your video will get. Now, a common question arises that, hey, all of Netflix specials are pirated, but cyber security is a cat and mouse game. To pirate DRM videos, you need special hardwares, or you need so there are special hardware crack where they use HDMI port to record the video stream and things like that. It's just so hard that it's almost not worth it in most of the time. So let's say you're running a coaching business in, let's say, executive coaching business. You're training them how to be better marketers or something like that. It's very unlikely that a competitor who is trying to steal your content, or a YouTube bot channel that trying to steal your content, has that level of technology to crack DRM.
Yeah.
Correct. All right. So moving on from video privacy, I'm going to run you through a bunch of player settings that you can enable and disable with a lot of ease right from the dashboard. You can set things like enable or disable things like preload videos or autoplay videos, include SEO metadata, and loop your videos. There are advanced settings which let you disable or enable seek bars and player controls. And also add dynamic watermarks, which is, by the way, another video security measure that we have. So these things are very necessary when you have like different use cases depending on where you want your video to play. So if you want your video to kind of play in the background of your website, and you don't want anyone to like forward or backward, like forward your video or pause or disable your video, or even for e-commerce, these are like great options for you to make sure that the player is super versatile and you can use it exactly where you need it and in the way you want to use it. Branding and customization is a big part of owning your videos. So we have that right from the dashboard as well. You can add your logo. You can decide where your logo goes, the size of the logo, and the player color that matches with your brand colors, to make sure that the video player and the whole video experience is aligned with the design language that you have on your website. There's also advertising and monetization options like Facebook pixels and VAST tags and analytics ID, which I think Divesh has already covered. So cool. I'll move on to the next bit. The next bit is now that you have know how to host your videos and how to manage the videos on the Gumlet platform. You can also secure and protect your videos. The next bit is to analyze and see where the traffic is coming from, and we have like in-depth video analytics built in right into the platform. As Divesh mentioned, if you use the Gumlet video player, then all of these metrics are tracked by default, and you can very simply just view them from the dashboard. And if you're using some other player, then we have SDKs and other documentation in place to make sure that you can pull the correct data and have them on the dashboard as well. So all the things from like video views, unique viewers, concurrent viewers, and also have custom dashboards if you need to have like specific data that you want to track. All of those things you can track. Engagement metrics are tracked, latency metrics are tracked, like if there are any seek latency issues or if there are buffering issues or instances. Those are things that you can track from the dashboard as well. There are usage analytics that you can track as well. So outside of the video, of the user analytics, how your video, the entire video pipeline is performing in terms of this streaming that you're doing, the transcoding that is getting into the play, or the storage that you're using. All of this information is is available from the dashboard as well. So these are all the things that you can do very easily from the Gumlet dashboard. The CMS is super easy to use as well. You can create multiple video collections. Every collection has multiple folders. You can set preset settings on collection level, and you can have video profiles that are very easy to create, which kind of make sure that you preset exactly the kind of settings that you want on different collections. So all of your videos look the same, the player looks the same, and the analytics and everything is covered just right. Yeah. Is there anything else that I've missed or anything that needs to be covered?
No, I don't think so. That was a really advanced demo, and I'm gonna have to put up the last demo and this demo side by side just to show you the evolution of the product, because I think it's significantly changed in the last 6 months, and I'm even more impressed now. So I don't know if I'll get the tier 5, but I'll definitely get more than tier 1. So yeah, thanks for running through that and going through it in more detail.
Sure.
Do you have any questions, SA, or even Robbie?
Robbie, you can go first. I mean, I have a laundry list of questions, but lead the pack, Robbie.
I mean, I like the idea of it. I think it's really, really cool, especially for teaching, as I was saying, where you can privatize it and then you can delete the video so you can't keep it. That's a really cool idea. I like that, because sometimes you don't want evergreen content hanging around. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what I would use it for, but I get the possibilities of what it's for, and that's what's really cool about it. You can see like the future of what I could use it for maybe later on, but yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. Question wise, can you do sort of subscription based stuff on it as well?
Yeah. So as of now, we don't do subscription management. That's what you're asking. That's something you would need to require your LMS to do, or your own website to do that. We internally do not provide subscription management, but yeah, that is something in the roadmap, few quarters ahead. We want to get the basics in place. So one of the features that we are working on is in live streaming. Again, we have it already launched for our enterprise customer. Today there was a live stream with 200,000 viewers for one of our clients. We just need to build a great dashboard to bring it to the prosumers. And later on, we want to add more video marketing features. For example, email capture is one of the top requested feature, that we want to have a form which pops up and captures the lead. So those are the kind of things we are working on from our side. Subscription is something we will definitely add, but it's not in near future.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Very cool. I guess you're ready for the laundry list of questions now.
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's do a rapid fire.
Yeah, so the first one I have is obviously, YouTube has been around for a period of time. Most LMS platforms are either leveraging YouTube or leveraging some kind of variable of that. So let's say you have a scenario to where someone has a few hundred videos that they're using for the LMS on YouTube. What's the steps and procedures to migrate that quantity of videos versus one by one into your platform?
Yeah. So for this, we are building a YouTube import tool. We have a Vimeo import tool already in place, which imports all of the video and gives you the same URL. So let's say your Vimeo video is starting from video.vimeo/ whatever URL. You just need to replace the vimeo.com with gumlet.com and just find and replace everywhere, and the same URL Gumlet video will work. So that the functionality is built. We have it for Vimeo. We are working on developing it for YouTube. 4 to 6 weeks, we should have it.
Great. So another question is on the other side. I know we brought up the keyword of Netflix, which kind of falls into Roku, Prime Videos, and Fire Sticks. So that's a whole nother space of monetization that you can do with videos. Do you guys then support those platforms if we wanted to use your platform as the database hub for that content, let's say for our Roku channel?
Yes. So one of the great things happened from last Sumo Day is that we have onboarded 3 different OTT players. Not any big name, they are not big names, but yeah, they are regional OTT players who are specializing in OTT content, and so that would use the third option in our video publishing, the video streaming URL. And what happens is that there are lots of, like, for educational content there are LMS, there are, for OTT also there are sort of CMS which have the player and which sort of publish your Roku channel and which would publish your channel on different TV platforms. And all of those platforms, what they need is one HLS URL, and Gumlet would provide that HLS URL to you. So that's how OTT customers are using Gumlet as a backend.
Wow, solid. And the other question I have as far as SEO relevance, right? I mean, obviously with YouTube and all the backlinks and everything else that comes from a YouTube video, if you search for something, it shows up in Google results. Are you guys leveraging that as well as far as the definition of the videos and SEO keywords and tags?
Yeah, so we did add all of those metadata and surrounding infrastructure for videos to get listed by indexed by Google. But we were really surprised one day when we searched something, and one of our own video was in between 2 YouTube videos, and we're like, did someone steal our marketing video? We clicked and it opened our channel. So yeah, pleasant surprise, but yeah, it works exactly as YouTube video in the search results. Gumlet videos are indexed like that.
Very cool. So the last question I have, this is the last one, about the pixels. So obviously, I think you have it set up to go one way, so we can kind of track to see what's going on logistically. If we're then running ads, the pixels are included in the videos. Or do you guys have an AdSense variable to where we can kind of place ads inside of our videos and monetize it that way?
So we do not provide ad inventory, if that's what you mean. We would not run ads on your platform, but if you have ad stream coming in from somewhere, you could put that it's the VAST tag. The VAST tag, which we mentioned in the player customization, is where you would put that code, and it will automatically show pre-roll, mid-roll ads that are like it shows on YouTube. But it's just we don't have capabilities to provide ads just yet.
Very cool. Well, I think
that's cool.
I think the platform is definitely a solid platform, and as far as versus YouTube, just kind of make a apples to apples comparison. I think that's the downfall of that platform, is that they keep trying to push and market their product, and again, from the LMS standpoint, you have this weakness of trying to hide that, so that way you can kind of keep all your content to yourself. So I think your platform is a solid solution for that.
Thank you. That's what we are aiming for.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing the live demo and going over it in detail and then answering some of our questions. We're going to be repurposing this into a podcast as well and getting it out to as many people as possible during Black Friday. So I hope to see you at the next live event for Sumo Day.
Sure. We hope to do that.
And in front of a larger crowd.
Sure. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, SA. It has been a pleasure speaking with you, and learned a few things, and keep us on our toes. Share feedback so that we can keep improving.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. No, nice to meet you, Reggie. Thank you for joining me on this live stream with AppSumo for Black Friday. joining us is Reggie from Vista Social, and I'm really excited to see what this platform does. And so, tell me a little bit more about your role at Vista Social and why Vista Social is the best.
Sure. Well, first of all, Chris, thank you for inviting us. We're excited to be able to chat a little bit about Business Social. This is our second time on AppSumo, so we're excited to come back for this Black Friday special. So Business Social, really, the reason why we built this has to do with marketing, right? We've got social media marketing, and there's been a lot of big players in the space who have probably been around for a decade or longer, but maybe have gotten a little comfortable with the way things are, right? And making things better, coming up with new features isn't really top of mind. And so what we've decided to do is rethink the entire social media management strategy, which is social media changes every single day. Marketers, brands, agencies, they got to be on their toes. Why shouldn't the tool they use also be on their toes, always coming up at the forefront with new technology and new functionality? And that's really where Vista Social is born. I'm the head of customer experience here at Vista Social, and so part of what I do is keep my ears to the ground, have a little bit of a better understanding both from our customers on what they're looking forward to, things that they're hoping to achieve with the goals for their brands and agencies, as well as keeping a tab on our competitors, right? Looking at what they've been doing or lack thereof, right, as far as functionality. So we're excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's great. I know there's you've got a couple of competitors on AppSumo right now, like Akoya. I think that's the one I've spotted anyway, the one I use. So maybe you'll be convincing me to switch today.
For sure. I mean, honestly, I love showing the platform. Me and our customer success team, we actually end up hosting most of our product demos just because we're so passionate about it. We're in it every day, and I'd probably say it sells itself most of the time.
Yeah, but it is. I worked at AppSumo on the customer success side, so or partner success. So helping all the partners that are selling on AppSumo, help them try and do better and have more sales and optimize the deal page. So I had a lot of connection, and that's how I met SA Grant. He was selling his course on AppSumo at the time, but
Nice.
just trying to understand what their goals are, meet their expectations, try and help them get to the next level on their journey. So I kind of get where you're coming from in your role, and yeah, I'm excited to see exactly what Vista Social does.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I'm excited. You let me know if y'all want me to jump in. I've got a screen here with just some examples of some of the powerful things Vista Social can help you with. Now, I don't want to go too in depth, number one, because it can get as intricate or as advanced as you need it to be, but at the same time, it could be basic, right? Like my goal is I just want to get my social post that I created. Just created an image or maybe a video, and I'm gonna get it to all my social networks. I don't have to have replicating efforts, right? We can do that, and then we can go as advanced of like, hey, I know that I post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I post at this time, and these are my content pillars. We can automate the entire effort, so everything comes down to click or two for you instead. I'll be honest, I haven't used this streaming platform before, so I'm trying to find the screen sharing button here.
There is the mute button, the video, and then there's in the middle it says share screen.
Source.
That would be.
I don't have a share screen. I have an add source button that says extra camera, but I don't have the screen share. I'm not sure if that might be a permission.
It may be. Is there what icons do you have? Oh no,
you know what? I just exited full screen, and it looks like the restream on full screen doesn't let me share the screen, but it's all good. Okay, hopefully y'all can see my screen here.
Awesome, because I was panicking then. It's like, how are we going to do it? But that's great. Thank you so much for figuring that out.
Worries. Of course. So I've got a profile here, a brand that I work with, and I actively help them to manage their socials. And this is a great example for maybe a small business, a multi-location business, or maybe even just a freelancer who's handling a handful of clients. You'll see I've got the brand name at the top, the social profiles for that brand here at the bottom. And if you're managing multiple brands, you can definitely connect all of their social profiles to Vista. The beauty with that is, number one, we're going to organize them in a hierarchy and structure so that you can grant user access at a brand by brand basis. So if you've got team members that are maybe only supposed to be responsible for, let's say, Matthew's Coffee, they're going to be managing Matthew's Coffee's Dallas location, all their social posts. You don't have to worry about them accidentally creating a post or mixing the images and videos in the media library with the wrong brand. So that's always super helpful. So let's talk about just creating a post, right? We talked about how simple that is. Really all it takes is for you to go over to the new post button. We come up with our publisher. If you've used a social scheduler before, nothing too revolutionary. You're going to craft your caption, you're going to attach your media, and you're going to choose the time. But then I'm going to show you some of the powerful tools here. First of all, these are the profiles. So as I'm crafting this, it's all going to go to the exact same place. We do have our AI assistant built in. It's powered by GPT-4. You can write your prompt, hey, come up with a caption idea for me, things like that. Once you're happy with it, you can definitely save them. We'll use one that maybe I've reused in the past. Here's a Norwegian-based text. We are trying to target Norwegian-based audience members, or you can save captions here to use at a future date. Let's just go with something like this. I can upload a video from my computer. I can connect my Google Drive or Dropbox. We even have an image and video repository built in from Pixabay and Pexels. For simplicity, I'm going to pick a video here that I've already uploaded to my computer. We've got an event here at this restaurant. They're advertising a specific promotion that has to do with this milkshake, right? Now, here's where we differ. We've got a couple of advanced options here for you. First of all, trending sounds. It's a big deal in IG. It's a big deal on a lot of networks, right? We have a built-in library of trending sounds. It's not a one-to-one with everything that's available on Instagram, but our product and marketing team curates this database on a weekly basis. It doesn't just stop there. Maybe you have a very specific trending sound you want to use and it's not in our library. That's totally fine. We actually have a browser extension for Chrome and for Firefox. As long as you can get to some sort of Instagram Reels page where you find that trending sound you want to use, you can use our browser extension to save it. So let's just say, for example, I like this audio here. I want to reuse it. I'll just right click, go to Vista Social and save sound to Vista Social. Now, when I'm creating this video, I can just choose this sound that I've just saved and apply it to my video. It's really that simple.
That was an instant reaction, like, wow.
Good. I like that. We get that a lot. I know that trending sounds is a really big deal. And so this has really revolutionized the time saving. Not having to go to your phone and to choose a trending sound and then upload it to Instagram. Never mind the fact that you're trying to repurpose this over to TikTok and to Facebook and to YouTube Shorts and things like that, right? Any thoughts? I guess I know that you mentioned, Chris, you use a couple of different tools before. Any differentiators you're seeing so far?
The trending sounds, I don't think that is available on the other platform that I mentioned. I think
that's fair.
Yeah. So keep going. You still need to work on me.
Okay, no worries. I know that on Instagram, let's talk about maybe collaboration posts, right? That's been up and coming. A lot of people are using that to get in front of not just my audience, but into the front of the audience of the collaborator I'm working with. And so we make that very easy. Not only can you click here to tag a user on your Reels or your image posts, not only can you tag products, right, if you've got an Instagram catalog, but you can also create a collaborator post. So for example, I've got like, let's say Daily Planet that I want to collaborate with. I can save that. And then once they accept the collaboration request on Instagram, this post is now going to live on both of our feeds, right? And again, really the purpose there is getting in front of more eyeballs, not just my organic audience, but their audience members as well. And we've got a ton of other advanced features like location tagging. Maybe you want to tag the business location. Maybe you want to schedule additional comments. So a lot of brands like to use that first comment as a place to add their hashtags or anything like that. We don't stop at first. You can schedule up to 10 additional comments. It could be useful for, I guess, a variety of reasons. Some networks aren't a fan of having links in the main caption. So we found some brands find success by putting links. Let's talk about maybe LinkedIn, right? Putting links in the caption the first comment instead of the main caption. A lot of customizations there too. I mean, for example, I know that when we're designing, let's maybe say image posts, the dimensions on Facebook versus Instagram versus Twitter versus, LinkedIn, they're going to be pretty different. And so we give you the ability to say, hey, you know what? I've created a different version of this video for TikTok. I'll go over to my TikTok preview and I'm going to go ahead and replace this. And I'm going to attach a completely different video from my media library, right? And again, the whole purpose here is just dimensions usually, or maybe even duration of video, like shorts versus reels. They definitely have different durations that they have. So let's talk about scheduling, right? Not only can you choose a specific date and time, and let me uncheck a couple of these networks here just to bypass some of the restrictions they might have, the more settings I need to choose before I go on. So you can schedule all of these at the exact same time, pretty common, or you can split them up and say, hey, you know what, each of my networks, since I know my audience is going to be active at a different date and time, I want to schedule this post at a different time. We choose our analytics and we kind of push that forward. We used it to inform a lot of the functionality in the system, one of that being the advanced optimal time recommendations. So for each of your networks, we're going to go back about 90 days, make some recommendations based on times we've seen a lot of engagement from your audience. So same day of the week, we're just seeing that on my Facebook, IG, and TikTok, we've got some varying times to be recommended there. All right. On this screen, there's a big advanced, or rather an assign button here that's used very frequently for those brands, maybe even agencies that have layers of approval that are required, whether they have a stakeholder that needs to oversee the post before it goes out, maybe even, for example, financial services brands, right? There's a lot of strictness around their industry, so they need to pay attention to anything that goes out to make sure that they're not violating any laws or guidelines. It's very simple. You can assign it to specific users on your team. You can create workflows so that there's multiple steps of approval. It's all very, very advanced. Or like I said before, it could be as simple as you need it to be. Once you schedule that post, it goes straight to your publishing calendar. Tons of different ways to visualize it. Not only can you go into a monthly and a weekly view, but we also give you the ability to see things like a big media focused version of the calendar, right? A condensed version. We can even pull in some fun holidays to get the creative juices flowing, like clean out your fridge day, which was last week, Wednesday, things like that, right? Just get the time saving piece is like, hey, maybe I'm running out of ideas for next week. Hey, you know, next week is computer
International
Day.
Banana Day, yeah.
Eat a red apple day. There's so many, right? So many ways for you to come up with post ideas there. And I know that visual content is big, right? And we're talking about IG. We probably are thinking about, hey, my feed needs to look a certain way. So we do have a visual version of the planner for IG as well. You've got your mobile preview in the middle. We can drag and drop videos into the main tab. We can go over to my Reels feed instead. And now I'm creating Reels by dragging it in. And I know this is a question that comes up pretty often, but yes, you can definitely schedule your Instagram and Facebook stories. And I don't mean schedule and then have to go to your phone later and then post it. No. It is completely and fully integrated with Instagram and Facebook stories. So you set it and forget it. We will publish it at the scheduled date and time without you having to take any additional effort. All right. Cool. Chris, I'm not sure if you're convinced yet. So
I am convinced. So when you say Facebook stories and when you want to add a link to that story or add a GIF to that story on the app, can you do that inside Vista Social?
That's a great question. So let's talk about GIFs, because you definitely can. And the way that we recommend doing that is designing with Canva. We have Canva integrated directly within Vista Social. And if you're creating a story, you can bring in a GIF, attach that into your design, right? Now, when we talk about stickers, which are like links that you can click, right? Or adding polls or things like that, Instagram and Facebook haven't made that integration available yet through their API, which is how development tools like us get to tie into. So for right now, if you really absolutely need to use a sticker, then you'll probably want to schedule this as a reminder instead, and then wrap that up on your phone so you can tie in that sticker.
Okay, so the call to action on something like this would be comment on the story, and then we can send them a link.
Exactly. Comment or share or something like that. Exactly. React to the story. But 100% from a call to action perspective, you're having a user take action. So maybe you can send them a lead magnet or something in that regard. Hey, drop a comment this, and we'll send you our free PDF or free course or whatever that might be.
Is there a way to say comment with a hashtag live, and then for that to trigger a response? So it's like when they comment live, it would send them a link to their inbox.
That's a good question. So the first half of this, absolutely, 100%. We do stay away from automated replies just because IG, Facebook, and most networks, they're very picky when it comes to things like that. They want to stay away from non-organic engagement. And since we are official API users, we've got official approved apps on all of these, we need to stay on their good side. So let me talk about that first half. Let's say you're running a campaign, you want them to use a certain hashtag. within either the comments, the direct message, whatever that might be. Well, you can create a social monitoring listener is what we call it, where you set up the hashtags, the keywords, whatever those specific phrases you want us to monitor for. And as long as that engagement is happening on your post, whether it's your stories or a comment on one of the posts you created, well, they'll show up just like this, right? Here, I'm looking for these specific keywords. And like I said, it could be a hashtag. Any and all engagement will show up like this. And all you really have to do is you got to click on one of these. It'll bring up the actual social media post, and you can go in and respond directly to that engagement. All right. And as you probably saw, reviews come through as well. So we do link up to Google Business Reviews, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Yellow Pages. I mean, there's a lot of different networks that we integrate with, and review sites are definitely one of those.
Well, yeah, you've convinced me. SA, are you convinced? Rob, are you convinced?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's feature packed. I'll say that. We have listened, like I said, and that's the biggest thing for us. When we talk about the roadmap, I know that that's a piece of interest every single time we get on a conversation with users is, well, what's next? Looks like you guys have thought of so many different things. But we know that, like I said before, marketing is a world, is a universe that is never satisfied, is always adapting. Algorithms change, and so our strategies need to change as marketers. And so we do have a roadmap that is pretty transparent, open. Our users can access this over on Trello. One of the things that we're working on right now that's been asked very frequently is like, hey, listen, I want to use a bio link functionality, right? I want to create a landing page that I can put on my bios on IG or whatever other network. And I want to be able to customize that start page or something like that. So we're working on that. We're really excited to roll that out early in the year. And paid and organic analytics. Right now, we've got organic analytics across all of our dashboard. And we've been asked the question, hey, I want to be able to not only look at, hey, this is how much engagement or impressions I've gotten from boosting my posts, but what if I could actually schedule the post and automatically boost it so that I know that next Tuesday I'm going to schedule a post and I've got $50 attached to it with my targeting already all set up through my Meta Ads account. Those are things that we're looking at, exploring, and building out so our users have that much functionality to just get more engagement, right? Get their brand in front of more people.
So can you have evergreen scheduling? So say you've got something every single Thursday that you do at 8:00. Can you evergreen your schedule like that?
So right now, what we're working on building is the ability for you to tie in recycling with our AI, whether that's for recreating your post, rephrasing it. The entire idea behind that is duplicating your content exactly the same over and over again is something most networks have kind of strict terms and services against. So we've stayed away from just copying and pasting in an automated fashion. But it is simple for you to just take a post that performed really well. You're going to go in here and maybe duplicate this post. We'll bring in the caption, all the settings that you chose before, and then you just hit schedule again. But again, we want to make sure that from the organic nature and the not automating inorganic engagement piece, we're thinking through how ChatGPT and OpenAI can help us to take those posts and maybe retweak them for your next version for next week and set it up on an automated fashion where maybe every other Thursday, posting a different tweaked version of this message.
Cool, man. That's cool.
As always, I think I got 100 questions, right?
Let's do it.
So the first question I have is about the CSV upload and the RSS feeds, like leveraging mass quantity of content in the system. Issues that I've seen with other platforms in the past is prime example with Google being like the database behind where the images are. And if you use Google as a directory, the extension doesn't usually come on that. And so some people, they leverage the CSV file to where you can pull in those images, and some of them don't. So if I'm uploading a CSV file to your particular platform and I'm leveraging Google Drive as my source, does it automatically convert, or I have to convert those with JPEGs extensions on them?
No, sir. As long as it's an image file, we take care of all video compression, image restructuring. You know, like some networks are so picky with the codecs for videos, it's insane. We take care of all of that. As long as you put in the Google Drive link, and that link to the video or the image file is a publicly accessible link, meaning like we don't need to request permission or anything like that, then you're good to go. When the scheduled date and time comes, we do download that image from yours. And if it looks like the formatting, the file type isn't quite right, we do go ahead and reprocess that automatically on our end.
Cool. So, in addition to that, I think another issue with platforms along this lines with the API integration, and I think recently this year, if you are like on agency level, right, and you have clients that are leveraging you to kind of do the mass quantity of their social media platforms, Twitter or X has been like a real pain in the ass as lately as far as the new s- guidelines, and they're charging charging you guys way more on the front end. So on the back end, as a user, we have to kind of push that cost to our clients because they're charging you guys more. Have you guys fell into that issue in the development?
Well, like in the beginning, it was definitely a very big concern for everybody in this industry. It's like, man, like, are we 50 grand, 200 grand? Like, that's a lot of money, right? At the end of the day, especially there were a lot of people in our space who were freeware, right? They couldn't do it anymore, right? They had to close down. And I've definitely had conversations with a lot of those founders who unfortunately had to step into their next venture. And we were luckily around the time where this like really hit the fan and things were like, hey, you either start paying now or things stop working. They had to restructure in their executive team and they implemented this new pricing structure, which made things a little bit more affordable. Now we are paying Twitter. It is something that's already factored into our pricing and everything like that. Or X,
Perfect.
right? I mean, whatever they're calling
Yeah.
themselves this week. Yeah.
Cool. And the last question I have for you is with the bulk uploads, right? I think that I've seen, I'm leveraging probably like, I don't know, 12 separate platforms. So ideally, what I'm seeing collectively across the board is if you're doing mass quantity uploads, and let's say we want to then post this content to YouTube, there's always a switch, a toggle to select between YouTube Shorts and an actual real YouTube video. Is there anywhere or your platform could we just upload collectively to all of them at the same time without having to select one or the other?
That's a good question. So if we're talking about bulk uploading with the CSV, we actually have a column for YouTube title. And as long as you use the hashtag shorts in there, it'll automatically make that video a short. So you can repurpose that video to IG, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And as long as on the YouTube title column, you put the hashtag short somewhere in the title, YouTube picks it up as a short automatically.
Yeah, that's definitely sexy.
As a,
Save some time, right? Save some time.
as a design issue as well, will you be looking into AI graphics for people if they want to get into that side of it?
That's a great question. So one of the things that we're looking right now is usage of just the Canva integration. Canva does have an image generation, template generation, and it's built in through the Canva button that we already have implemented in our tool. And as we continue to get user feedback and understanding on like, hey, how powerful is this versus how much do I want to get out of it, we'll be able to explore other things like DALL-E, Midjourney's API, which is on the horizon from what we've heard from them as well. So it's definitely something that we're looking at. Now, if you haven't checked out the Magic Suite over on Canva, it is phenomenal, right? Like you type in an idea and they will generate versions of templates for you already with colors and formats and stock photos. So that has been really cool. And our users have really appreciated the fact that it's built into Vista. And so once you get that all set up, it can automatically just go right into your post without you having to download files and repurpose them, upload them to Google Drive and all that good stuff.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Very cool.
So I just want to take a moment to look at the deal on AppSumo and then answer some of the questions that are on there. So let's just share that screen. So here we go. Great question from Emmanuel. Do you have a Discord integration or are planning to make one?
Good question. Not right now. I mean, our biggest focus has really been around social network sites like X and Facebook and YouTube. There have been more questions that have come up around messaging and community type networks like Circle, Discord, things like that. Since we are like in Reddit, which is almost maybe in both worlds, it is something that we've been exploring and thinking through as we continue to gather feedback from our users.
Awesome. And then another great question from Leandro. Can I use this tool to post in Facebook groups?
100%. Yep. As long as you're an admin of that Facebook group, you can schedule your posts and gather analytics from those posts.
Awesome. And then I'm not going
Before
to
we
try.
move
Oh,
on,
go
that
SA.
question. So with the posting to groups, is it something that we have to kind of go in and add your app into the permissions list, or is it just automatically natively based upon the user?
So as long as you're an admin of that group, you have to go into that group settings and add Vista Social as an app. It's a pretty common practice if you've posted groups before using a tool. It's just the way that meta security is built around. They want to make sure, since the groups, they impact so many people, that there is a added layer of like, are you sure you want this app to have permission to do X, Y, and Z? And that's why you got to physically add that in the group settings.
Awesome. So those are the main questions that I saw covered. Do you want to quickly go through each tier and what they get?
Sure. Yeah, I think that the main difference between the tier 1 and 2 is really going to be around the quantity of users and social profiles that you're looking to connect, right? If you are maybe just dabbling in, you're starting on social media, and maybe this is just your brand that you're managing yourself. Tier 1 or 2 might make more sense because maybe it's just you and a team member, maybe a colleague that need to be able to collaborate within Vista. Tier 1 and 2 should take care of things like that. Now, when we jump into like managing other brands or maybe even multi-location businesses that have a social presence for each of their locations, tier 3 and 4 might make more sense from number one, the quantity of social profiles, but the fact that there's unlimited users. So a lot of multi-location businesses operate at the corporate structure level. So maybe the regional manager needs to have access. Someone at the top level of corporate needs to have access. Tier 3 and 4 is where you start getting into those multi-approval layers. It's also where you're going to get unlimited access to our API for ChatGPT. So you won't need to worry about credits or how many requests you can make per month. Whereas tier 1 and 2 will give you a trial of that. We'll give you 50 credits to try it out. If you like it, during that campaign period, feel free to upgrade to tier 3 and 4. It is unlimited access.
Yeah.
So with the users, I mean, what kind of users are we talking about? Obviously, there's admin and there's user. Are there any middle range of users to kind of give them some kind of permissions, but not all permissions?
Yeah, so on tier 3 and tier 4, you can actually specify user permissions on a user by user basis. So you can say, hey, Chris, you know what? You're going to help me out with my social, but I'm going to make you a contributor. So all the posts you schedule will require approval no matter what. And maybe I can invite Robbie and say, hey, Robbie, you're going to schedule your posts. And the posts that you create are going to go to SA Grant, and he's going to have to approve them. And then it's going to go to Reggie, and Reggie's going to have to approve them. So you can make it as complex or as basic as you need it to, for as simple as making somebody full level access for a specific brand, or somebody that has very intricate level of permissions based on the modules and features of the system.
Very cool. And by say we're uploading multiple images, I think another feature that's pretty cool. Do you guys have automatic watermarks as well?
Not currently. It is something that we've heard of, especially from the custom branding aspect of requests that we get pretty often, which is like, hey, it's cool that you can, add your custom branding to PDF reports, but what if we were to automatically add your logo to videos, to images, things like that? Something that we're definitely exploring.
The whole purpose of this call was to convince me, and I'm convinced. Sorry, Akoya.
Hey, if I get one more person,
Yeah.
to become an advocate, I've done my job, right? But no, I appreciate you gentlemen for the questions and the insights there. As always, there are questions. Myself and my team are definitely active there on the comments and reviews as best as we can. There's been a lot of requests and a lot of questions over the last couple of days, and make sure to check it out. We're only there for a couple more days for Black Friday, so make sure you jump on that deal.
Before you go, I'd love to get your opinion, or maybe opinion. I'm not sure if it's the right word. I'm not great with words, but how has AppSumo changed the trajectory of Vista Social?
That's an awesome question. So Vista Social has been around for a couple of years, and by launching on AppSumo, it's really given us the funds to start getting more creative with some of our marketing outreaches. One of the things that we really wanted to do in the beginning was, hey, there's a lot of awesome conferences hosted around the US, North America, and even Europe around marketing and social media. But the entry costs for a lot of those are pretty hefty. And now we get to be side by side with some of the top competitors in our field and have a booth and chat with the marketers and have that level of brand awareness that you can get when you're in presence at these big conferences. So that has been awesome for us to be able to go and be a part of.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that as a big benefit, is getting in front of the right people and maybe even investors. Are you bootstrapped, or do you also have some investors?
We're pretty bootstrapped, yeah. We've got a pretty nimble team here. We've been in the industry specifically with SaaS for social media for almost a decade now. So it's a really exciting team that we've put together. Pretty diverse. We're all over the world.
No, that's great. At a remote team, why not? Why not work remote in this day and age? And
100%.
yeah. we got people. I'm from the UK, as you can probably tell. So is Robbie, and I think I love talking to American people.
Well, I'm in Toronto, but I am American originally, by the way of
Canadian.
Brazil. I'm a Canadian American Brazilian, so a lot of cultures in there.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's really hard to tell the difference between Canadian, Brazilian.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that.
You get that with Australians, though, or Australians.
Yeah, or Australians. So, well, it's been really cool chatting with you, Reggie, and getting to know the platform a little bit more. And yeah, I was just talking to SA yesterday about trying to do more automation, and so 2024 and 2025 is definitely going to be my focus. So,
For sure.
yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the time here and the questions. We're here for y'all. Have a good one, okay?
Nice to
Yeah,
meet
have a good one.
Thanks, man.
See you soon.
Have a good one.
Bye. Awesome.
Yeah, Vista gets a thumbs up.
Vista definitely gets a thumbs up. So while we're here and while we're waiting for our next guest, Robbie, you mentioned Wave.video as a platform you were streaming from.
Yeah.
As that's on for Black Friday, I'll share the screen. Do you want to talk about what the platform is and what it's doing for you?
Yeah, I mean, I use it like it's my go-to tool at the minute. I use it for absolutely everything. It's a video making, streaming, hosting tool. So if I put it in the context of what I do, that might make more sense. So I've got a podcast called Chatting Tracks where I interview musicians. Sorry, move this around, about their careers, and I interview them sort of, like a mini documentary. So I send them the link. I set up the screen, send them the link. I interview them through the Wave video. Then I can turn it into a video that I can put on YouTube. And also my friend and I, we do that's me. My friend and I, we do a live stream where we talk about unsigned bands, and we talk about music, and we stream some of the videos and stuff like that. So that video there, all those videos there, for instance, are made through Wave Video. And if it plays, oh, there I am.
Well, so a bit like a Neil Diamond style. Yeah, that's kind of cool, and I like the sort of swing and swampy sound they've got going already.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, so if you mute it, it will just play in the background if you want. So yeah, what you can do is you can add videos to it. So this is me doing a reaction video to Personal Jesus by Iggy Pop. And you can load it from the bottom. You can put yourself on the side. Now, you can't do that in Final Cut Pro.
I can't believe I'm going to say this.
So having this tool is amazing because I don't have to sort of try and sync the audio with the video and then layer it afterwards. I can do it live in one go. When we're doing the live streams, my friend and I, it will go out to your destination. So we go live, it goes to Facebook, it goes to Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else. And it stores it as a video on YouTube and also stores it as a video as a hard copy as well. So you can download it as well. It's probably, considering, I'm a bit of a numpty at this stuff, it's the best all-in-one box tool I've ever used, in the fact of you can do so much with it. Like I say, you can stream, you can make shorts with it. They have links so you can do, like say you want to do an Instagram post, you can go on that and it'll have some templates that you can play with as well. And you can use it for that sort of stuff. And it's just the best tool I've used in a long time. It makes life so much easier for you when you want to do stuff. The only thing I would say is the audio can be a bit twitchy. So I take the audio off my own desk and layer that. But apart from that, yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. You can resize stuff. It's got templates on there. I use it pretty much every other day for something. But I do use it before we came live to do a reaction video earlier as well. So it's great. And when you're live streaming as well, you can have like graphics and you can have pictures. You can have like those running things that you've got at the minute on the bottom. And yeah, it's
awesome. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you?
I definitely need something.
Sorry,
I'll say, have you used it for the RT MPs? Like linking it directly from like Zoom or another platform and bringing it in?
I've not done that yet, to be fair, but I should try it. You're right. It's something I should definitely look at. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing that. I'm going to get that instead of restream because, well, that's a monthly subscription and this is a lifetime deal. So
you're going to love it. It's the best tool ever. It really is. And you can send them that from me and say, this guy would like stuff.
Cut. So yesterday we didn't have a guest booked for this time slot, and well, we were lucky. Me and Bruno were talking on Messenger late last night to try and fill a slot for today. Although this tool is not on AppSumo right now, it probably will be very closely launching on AppSumo. So they're already in conversation. So we get some validation from you guys to see if it's something you want to have on AppSumo as a lifetime deal. So Bruno, please introduce yourself to everybody, and then let's talk a little bit about the surprise tool.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
I'm
Bruno.
Bruno. So I'm CTO and co-founder of FlowChat. This platform is for managing on chat at scale in your 13 social platforms. So that's what it does. I can go on with the demo, Chris, or what's the flow here normally?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go with the demo, and you'll just get our instant response.
Great. We'll have a deal in the end, and I would like some insights, like what do you think about lifetime deals? Because I thought about that. We never thought about doing lifetime deals, but it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, I spoke to Sean about doing a lifetime deal on AppSumo in June, so I'm glad you're kind of considering it.
I'm looking at different options, yeah, and that's I just thought about how would that work, right? Because we want to make sure we still provide a great service to everybody, and yeah. So let's start with this. So FlowChat, like normally you go and sign up, right? And this is when you have an account. Let me just share the screen first. Well, let's see, how do I do this part here? It's my first time on this studio thing. I move this to this side, share screen.
That's a really nice garden, by the way.
Yeah, I was living there a few years ago.
Wow.
And here it is. Okay, cool. Share. So you can see the dashboard.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so this is like FlowChat's dashboard, right? And what you can do with this is once you have our browser extension installed, right, you can do a lot of interesting things. So this has pipelines here where you can create pipelines. And how you do is, let's say you're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you'll see a bunch of options. Let's say I open here comments. You can see I can import people who are commenting on profiles.
Can you zoom in a little bit, please, Bruno?
What?
Could you zoom into the
Oh,
screen?
you're right. I need to. Yeah, this is a 4K screen. That's the issue. Okay, let me just switch into the other screen. It's a smaller one. Just a second.
I've got glasses, but I can't see that tiny.
I forgot. Like I got a 4K screen, and that doesn't work well for like lives. Go back. I think is it here? I think it's in the right place now.
Yes. There we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's in the right place. Okay, so like, say I'm on my profile, like right on my timeline or anywhere, I can go into a Facebook group, wherever it is I want to go. I can see also people who like stuff. I can import them. So I can do like 2-step posts, import people into a pipeline. So how this works, it's like very simple. Like once I got like just the extension installed, I can already import people into a pipeline. It's just like press here, add these 2 people, and I can say I want to add them to demonstration pipeline imported. I could also qualify them before. Say here do, and it's done. Now these 2 people have been added to a pipeline. Now if I go back to Float, oh, that's not this one. That's the next one. I'll move this back in here. Okay, great. If I go here, and I have pipelines demonstration pipeline, right? So those 2 people I just added are now on this imported prospects part here, right? So let's say I've qualified them. I say, yeah, these are the right people. Maybe I do that on Facebook. Maybe I do it here, up to me. So I'll say, okay, I want to like connect with this person. Here is qualified. This is qualified. I have an automation now here already set up that sends them a friend request, sends a message, and moves it to the message send stage. So this allows me to track what stage in the conversation am I with each person. So this would be like the first time I ever messaged them would be here. And then I would have like another one be follow-up stage in between that, and whatever stage I want to have. If you have like a 2-step post, you'd have like a stage for the script keyword, one for DM keyword. You have different types of flows, and then you'd automate message sending to everyone on that who sent that keyword. I could import everyone who commented on the script post, and then put them into the stage. Let's say it would be this stage. Press this, run automation, and then I'll say yes. Just make sure the options are all what I want. I don't need to change anything. I press this, and now it's gonna automatically run on this. It runs on my browser, so I don't have to go and put any of my login details in some bot somewhere. So it just runs in front of me. I can put it on running on another computer if I want to, or just leave it on another window. One thing can minimize if I want to, and then it just does it by itself. But at least I can see what's happening on my profile. So here's like sending a message, as you see, like, "Hey Abid, great to connect." It's already sent him a message. Now it moves to the next lead. Automatically opens all the profiles. I can do 40, 50 people like this. So it just makes it very easy to go from not having any leads in the pipeline into having like 1,000 people or 500 people or whatever. So and the flows that work really well is like I go into any of my posts. I go with my own post. I can go to someone else's post if I want to as well. But I go on my post normally and then get the people that I want to connect, and now they've been connected. So this is done. And then if I look here, I got, see, Melvin has been sent a message, Abid has been sent a message, and it's been already processed here. And also they got friend requested as part of the flow. So if I go here and I check, see the friend request has already been sent.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do much of that work. So it kind of helps automate, and mostly follow-ups is where the strength is. Like when you have stages, like let's say I want to add another stage to the right, follow up, oops, up, save. Okay, now I got the follow-up stage. Let's say I'm messaging with them. I can use a message template. I can go here, assign a template, and then can create another template I want to use. And if I want to start chat with them, I press this button. It will open the chat automatically, and the template that is assigned, it will automatically be on my clipboard, and I can just click to paste it. Just like place the template straight away. So if I don't want to automate it, of course. But if you're doing follow-ups, normally you don't automate that part. You want to like go with the script, but then see if it makes sense to send. You'd have like 3 or 4 different scripts normally. So I'd go here, assign scripts. Let me put in a message 1, 2, and yeah, these 2 assigned. Okay, these are assigned. Now when I open the chat with Melvin, I need to set also a template. So default would be, hello there will be default. Close. Hope I'm not going too fast. Then I press this chat button. It opens the chat directly with him. I don't have to go and find him anywhere. It just opens directly. Oh, it already got a response. That was quick.
That's a great live demo.
Okay, I mean, I tell you, during onboarding calls a while back, I used to send 10 messages and I'd get calls booked within the demo. I would get calls booked. I was like, oh, I just got a call booked. I'll show them, and people be like mind blown. Like if you contact the right people, then it works well, and if you're doing it right. So here, as you see here, I can send the message templates that are already assigned. I can just paste and send, and paste in chat, or paste and send automatically, or I can write something else if I want to. So I could just like, okay, I don't get answer because it's a bit strange. I don't know what to say to let me see more about this information about this person. Is she PhD
just a random
tutor?
person.
Oh yeah, it's very random. PhD tutor in statistics, Python, MATLAB. Wow, Java. It's a coder.
So I think it's best if you qualify them
there you
first.
Go. So I'll do like this and then move over to like to follow up. So this is kind of not so it's been qualified, and then it goes here, and then you have all these stages like call booked, call follow up, and you can have as many stages as you want, and templates everywhere, and then multiple pipelines as well. You can just create a new one with whatever you want to add. And when you're signed up with a normal account, so this is like a demo account. With normal account, normally have pipeline templates already set up that you can use with message template sequences you can use. And those usually have like quite a lot of stages, like they have very comprehensive. We have a flow for people who want to grow your Facebook group is one flow. A lot of these get the call booked without the Facebook group part, and then you run those. And when you're running a Facebook group flow, you can basically approve people into your group from that flow. and that adds them also to the pipeline automatically, or can add them to a sheet as well if you want to. So it does all this group approval. There's a bunch of softwares that do that, extensions that do that, and ours also has that. And then we have a connection with Zapier and Make. We have webhooks, so we can send data. I can click here and see my stats of this pipeline. Okay, I got 2 people imported today, got 2 qualified, 2 messages sent, and 1 follow-up. So I can see the stats automatically. I don't have to go and find something. I can configure like very custom stats if I want. I can go into reports, custom pipeline reports, and then very custom built stats to see exactly what I want to see. And if I have, like, normal people have setters or VA, and then you want to see their activity. So this is great to see what they've done each day. So you can see what's converting as well, what stages are getting stuck, which ones are working well. That's one of the parts of all the features we have that are doing well. So here you install browser extensions, Zapier. You can import leads from Sheets and export to CSV. And here, I'm not sure you can see this part, but you can import from like all these social platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. So we have like a few clients who are TikTok influencers. They're using it to manage their TikTok inbox, to put everyone in stages, and they have usually an appointment setter doing that part. They use the software and then organize everything and automate some parts. Then we have Telegram, Discord. There's a lot of stuff. Slack, Pinterest. Even we had at school recently, we had some people from school actually asking to have this to help manage. It's like people who have groups on school, they want to be able to manage what's happening with their members, and then that's a cool one. Then there's Nextdoor for local businesses. So it's like all these different platforms. So LinkedIn is the same. I could just add all the profiles. And there's a few other features like auto reply to comments as well, in case I have a 2-step post that can be useful. Like if I go here and find a bunch of them, there's not many comments on this one. I can auto reply to comments here from Jason. Actually, I will be doing a live with Jason next week on his group. Auto reply to comments, and you could just like select, put in the text you want to send, how many replies you want to send. This is great, like for 2-step posts, like I sent you a DM, something like that, the usual. So yeah, and that's the basics of it. There will be more things. Let me know what you think and any questions.
You guys shoot first. I got 1,000 questions, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what I saw before with Sean was when he was in LinkedIn, he typed in a keyword, agency owners, and then he was able to import all of the agency owners and send them a message or connect with them. Is that? Can you share more about that?
There you go. Agency owners, LinkedIn. You see it?
Yeah.
Import 10 people. I can just add them. The same thing I just did on Facebook, I can do on any other platform. Doesn't matter which platform.
And then with sending them, keeping the conversation going in Messenger or on LinkedIn messaging, how do you do that without it being a manual task? I know it's going to have to take some manual process, but can some of that be automated?
What part? Like sending connection request and first message?
Yeah, back and forth conversation, and if it's a sales conversation to book a call or something.
Okay, so there are the 2 different stages. One is like usually what you have a VA do is send the connection request and first message, right? Because that doesn't require a setter. Then you normally have a setter take over from there, who is then doing a conversation with the person, or either you are doing it or a setter is doing it. And that's usually the flow. We've done is we automated the first part that the VAs used to do, and now the VAs don't have to do that. They just automate it. And then we kind of eliminated that part of the slug. There's still qualification that VAs are still useful for that. We're working on an automatic qualification system as well for that. And then once that is done, then the setter takes over. Now getting an automatic system taking over that would be like an AI tool doing that. So that for that you need like some kind of AI bot that actually works, that you configure, and we're in the works with that, where we're connecting that with AI bots through webhook. So whenever there will be an option like live, probably like later this month, where every time you open a chat, it's going to send the last messages to the system. And if you have it configured for chatbot, then it will send those messages to the chatbot. The chatbot will send a response back, and then our automation will pick it up and then automatically send that message as a response. And then it can link to any chatbot. So it's not our, we don't have a chatbot, so it will link to whatever chatbot you want to use. Some people use a different CRM that has a chatbot, so they want to use it for their bot. And we have like people asked for that. Like we have a lot of people waiting for this actually. So yeah, we're gonna be launching it not this month, but next month we'll be ready for the chatbot. We'll look, yeah. So everyone, let's say I want anyone who gets in this pipeline or in the stage of this pipeline, I want them sent to the chatbot automatically, the conversation, and I want to get a reply and automate the response. So that's pretty much, I'll be a setting for the entire pipeline where every single chat will be sent to the bot.
You got it, Robbie, before I go in?
No, man, do the list. Let's do it.
All right. So the first thing, I mean, like you have a two-way pipeline, right? You have an import and export of a CSV file. With LinkedIn and Facebook and all these different platforms that you have access to, what data points are you able to download into that CSV file?
Like a job title, company, there's a lot of different ones. Thinking like the profile link, we will have also a data enrichment, and in some cases emails are also added to the leads. In some cases, I think it's on LinkedIn or Facebook, I'm not sure which platform, but if they for any chance they have their email or phone number, but right now it's doing on email, if their email on their bio, let's just say, you can actually extract that automatically. On LinkedIn, I think there's a part here. If I go to someone, I think it's here. Yeah, I think it's here. I'm not sure if it's here where the email shows up. So on LinkedIn, when I'm importing a profile, a single profile, like from here, she's already imported, it would open this, check if there's email and import email automatically, if there is one. So that would be, and then another service we'll have is data enrichment. So you can import from anywhere on social, like, well, Facebook and LinkedIn only, right? Import from Facebook or LinkedIn, and we're able to enrich that contact data with email and phone numbers.
Okay.
And what we did recently was we had AI calling 6,000 people from our engagement list who engaged with our post. Our AI called 6,000 people. Was impressive. Like, was the first time we did that a few weeks ago. Was like crazy, really, really awesome. Like one guy on the call, he put his 8-year-old daughter talking with the AI for a bit, and the AI handled it better than a person would handle it. It's just like amazing. Was asking really cool questions to the girl, and then I said, "Is there anything else you want to share?" And she was like, "No." Then he went back to talk with the father, and then the father was so impressed that he was joined our challenge at the time. We got like 60 clients out of 6,000 calls that were done. Many, like maybe half of the calls people didn't pick up, so like there's a lot of non-pickups. So from the people who actually picked up the phone, we got like 60 clients from that. So it's like our first test. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that is really cool. So what kind of things, what was the reason for you wanting to be on AppSumo?
Well, we had a lot of people like who are starting in business and they want to get a better deal, like a better price, like a better offer. So I had a lot, and I thought AppSumo is basically the place where you do that. Yeah.
And what kind? And would you have the entire software available, or is there things that you would limit on different plans? What would be like the basic plan for FlowChat?
So right now on our basic plan, you can do all the platforms. We don't have right now. Oh, sorry, we don't have like a platform limitation. So any plan has access to all the platforms. So there's no platform limitation. Now we are thinking about changing this later into different plans at different price points. But that first plan would be one platform of your choice. Second plan would be 2 platforms. But we haven't done that, so I think next year we'll do that. So people still have time to get the plan currently, which will have all the platforms included before we change that. And then we have, I think it's. Yeah, we have like the prices here, so we're gonna have like a great discount on these. So this is like paid annually, this is paid monthly. So it's $247, and what we found is like a lot of people who are doing well and they're selling high ticket. That $247 is nothing special to them, but some of them are starting and they're like, $247 is a bit too much, like. And then we evaluate, okay, what's the ideal price point you guys really want to have? And a lot of people would say like, if it was 97, I'll definitely buy. And then became 97 the offer we decided to do, like everyone gets discounted down to 97.
Yeah. So I do have a question about the automation sequence. I mean, obviously the conversion point, right? So you go back and forth, you have automation, you're communicating, you're moving them through the pipeline. Is there any automation, for example, if someone liked a product that you sell and you made a post, is there an automation that automatically will pull that product and put that product in the actual chat for them to make a purchase right then and there?
They lack a product that I posted. Normally, most people are doing selling services, not products, so we don't work as
In
much
general.
with e-commerce. So
Yeah.
they posted something, and you want to automatically import people from that post. We have like a post management part here where you can see the imported posts. I don't think on the, oh yeah, there's actually a few here. So you can see that like there are some posts have been imported here. Like I can go into, let's say, Liz's post. I can go here and I could then import like all the people who commented or all the likes. And we don't have that as an automation at the moment, but it will be an automation where you can combine actions. And one is import people who commented on a post, any post, doesn't matter what post it is. Import anyone who liked a post, any post again, or an ad, can be even an ad. You can import from an ad, from posts, doesn't matter where. And then it would automatically go in the post, doing what I just did manually, and go here and then run this. It will already have the settings done, and it would just start importing, and then it would go to the next action it wants to do. So the flow we're building for that is it imports all the people from the post. I think I'm doing likes as well. I'm doing likes and comments. Everyone who liked and commented a specific post, and then adds them to a specific stage, and then sends them a friend request if they're not friends yet, and then sends a message with that, a specific template that I want to send, and does that automatically.
So for right now, let's say it doesn't matter if it's a product or a service. I'm just saying, like, prime example, if someone clicks on something, they make a comment, they like it, part of
Yeah.
that friend request, is there an opportunity to then put a link for them to purchase right then and there through the actual chat?
Send them on a chat, right?
Yeah, so on the chat, like,
Yeah,
prime
yeah.
example, it could be like, hey, you wanted to buy this course or whatever it is, and then you could actually just put that link in automatically without even having to communicate with them to kind of boost that conversion factors.
Yeah. So that would be here where I just showed you the automation. Here would be the same. So they would be going into here. This automation would run with automatically friend request, send message with the template you want, right? Would be the link to buy the product in this case, and then move them to like link sent or whatever it is where you want to put them, right? You can separate per product, like a stage for different products. So you can organize it whatever way it makes sense to you, and then it would do that. So it would be just like here you have Facebook send friend requests and direct message. So one would be import from post, right? Import likes from post or import comments from post or both, and then send friend requests and direct message and move to another stage. So that would be two more automation actions in the beginning here. It runs them sequentially. So you just like add whatever actions you want. I can even have send direct message one, then send another direct message. Like I can send multiple direct messages if I want to as well to the same person in one automation. Some people ask for that. They say like, well, instead of sending a long template, I want to send like two or three messages to look a bit more human.
Can you delay the? So let's just say you sent a message today, and you said in the sequence, "I'll follow up with you in a couple of weeks' time." Could you then set that up so that a message does get sent in a couple of weeks' time, or
That's
set it up so that in 2 minutes' time you just reach out and say, "Hi, how's it going?"
so here I'll set it up to 2 days, right? 2 days time, save changes. So now when I move a card into this change, check what happens. Hey, look, the date is automatically set up. That's a follow-up date. And so in 2 days now, this will be ready for follow-up. And if it changes to 2 days, let's say today, it will show like this today. So if it is like, let's say yesterday, it shows overdue. If it's already past the date, it shows overdue. So this is set to be able to run manually. And now what we're doing is we're converting to automations everything that's usually done manually, and like basically building all automation every month. Basically, we launched Facebook automations just last month. This month will be LinkedIn. Like within a week or so, we'll have LinkedIn automations done, and then we're gonna add all the other ones of automatically importing likes. And that was like I was starting to run my flow, right? Getting booked everywhere and getting calls and clients, and they're like, okay, what steps am I doing, and how do I get that automated? So, right, I'm the tech guy building the whole thing, and when passing that all to our team to do that stuff, so I'm like, I have to do it myself. then I used this platform for myself initially. That's how I started building it. I used it for myself. I got 100,000 in sales with it, and then I'm like, okay, I need to put this as a SaaS. Eventually, I changed the model into selling as a SaaS, and I actually met my co-founders using this platform. That's how we met. So we met on the chat message, on the first message on this stage here, first message. And that turned into a multi-million business, basically. So you see, like, there's a lot of value, not just with selling to one person, but let's say you want to connect with podcasts or influencers that are product influencers, right? Let's say you don't do one or two, you do like 100, 500, 1,000, right? So you do it at scale. And this is why this platform is good, is because you can do any strategy at scale. It can be connecting with investors, can be connecting with any kind of deals, right? It can be very large deals, small deals, you can choose. So right now I'm doing mostly one-to-many deals, which is basically either resellers or people we work with, potential resellers for us. So I'm getting not one client, but getting multiple customers with one single contact. And that's more effective for the stage I'm at. Someone who's just starting, getting their first clients would not use that. They'll just trying to get their first 5 clients. So it just, everyone has a different way to use it and different stage in business.
No, I like that you're thinking about people starting out as well, using FlowChat, and then all the way to the advanced, more veteran business owners. Can you pick and choose who, like, let's just say you wanted to only comment and reply on influencer profiles? Is that something that we can set up as well?
Let's see, we have Gary V here somewhere. Where's Gary V? People. It'll be just Gary V, maybe. Okay, it seems hard to find. Gary V. There it is, Gary Vaynerchuk. There you go. Let's go to Gary V. We'll see what's happening here. Cool. Hey, let me message Gary V. Oh, this is probably a page, right? Yeah. So I could go on Gary V and like I can open auto reply to comments. There's only one comment. Gary, you're failing me. There's 4 here. It's not a lot. 3. So it's not a lot of engagement on this one. 4. 27. Okay, that's a bit better. I can go here, auto reply if I want to. I can import the date of the post. So like if I find really good posts, I can just import those posts and I can use them as reference. I can pull leads from every of those posts. So it's like you can pretty much very, very creative about it. It's very interesting because like you want to know which posts actually convert the better. And I want to see those KPIs, like which posts are actually getting me the most sales or most calls booked. And I want to know that. So here I could just like import everyone who commented on this and then connect with them. Most people manually, they'll be like, go here, and then connect somewhere, maybe here, or they can't. So our automation will be like, if they're not friend requests, it still messages them anyway. If you have, like, it doesn't matter. And they will getting in spam. If they have friends in common, they'll get it on their inbox. So usually you want to go with people who have friends in common is more effective. But yeah, engaging here on comments is also a good one. Auto reply to comments. I could just do it like 5, maybe 5 people today, 5 tomorrow, 10 today, 10 tomorrow, because I don't think they would be very happy with me if I was like commenting on their post. You know, like, so it's like you do it on your own stuff normally, because you have to think like, oh, then people go and spam all the posts. No, because they'll get reported. So like like Facebook made sure that you can't spam. Just by definition, the reporting system is really good. Okay, we have Ivran here, so we're probably getting close to the end of the demo.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's been really good. Ivan is from Collaborating, and I'm sure maybe he can see some similarities in the tool or ways that he can improve collaborating with your FlowChat tool. So thanks for joining us for a live demo of FlowChat. It's been great to see the latest features, and I'd be very interested in the lifetime deal on AppSumo.
Do I give a coupon code here or not really?
Let's.
I knew it.
What do you think, Robbie SA Grant? Do you want a coupon code to have a play around with it?
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
Go for it.
Okay, so the coupon we have here is when you're like going for the basic plan, right? 247. When you're on the checkout, you just add promotion codes, and you just type in B97. So it's very basic, and then apply, and that discounts the price $150 off, drops it to 97.
Cool.
And that's pretty much, and that's 97 like every month, so it's like permanent 97.
Okay, awesome, great. B97.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you, Bruno.
simple one.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Bruno.
See you soon.
Okay, see you guys.
Thanks.
Bye. Well, that was a surprise tool. I hope you liked that demo, and hopefully it comes onto AppSumo soon and at a maybe lower than 97. Who knows? Let's see what they can do. So, Ivan, thanks for waiting patiently on the back, and welcome again. It was really great to meet with Sandra again for the live demo. Today, I would like to go into a little bit more of the latest features that Collaborating has brought out recently, because I saw a couple of things on Instagram that were new that I hadn't seen before. So please introduce yourself to Robbie and SA Grant, and then we can get straight into another deep dive of Collaborating.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm Ivan. I'm one of the co-founders, the second tech co-founder for Collaborating. Sandra is usually the one talking and going to podcasts. So I need to excuse myself and my presentation skills, but I'm that guy. So I'm good if you have any questions around our future AI ideas, AI features, etc. And so I can just jump in and share screen and then share some features that we've developed in previous few months. So you can see the screen, right?
Yep, got it.
Awesome. So first of all, this is how Collaborating currently looks and feels when you actually use it. When you have kind of a research that you can collaborate around and collect certain information found online. So I think one of the biggest things that gets the wow factor for most of our users is our integration with Google Docs. I'm not quite sure if Sandra already showed you this, but so currently I've opened Collaborating in Google Docs and I have it open it in a sidebar here. We've seen previously that some applications that aim to solve similar problems that Collaborating is solving went to direction in developing their own content editor where whatever you do, whatever research you do, when you need to produce that output, they develop their own editor so you can edit all those snippets of information. What we want to do with Collaborating is to focus predominantly on that collaborative research part. So what we did is basically we just created this integration with Google Docs that looks like this. So you can just drag and drop things into Google Docs and it just works. So this is something that we haven't really previously saw on any of our competitors. So whatever you have images, you have different snippets of information, you can just drag and drop it. Or when you're writing an email or need to just send a piece of information to anyone, we want to enable you this way just to have that sorted out. And everything, headings and summary of that document is just generated. So this is something that looks pretty simple, but we really had a lot of things to figure out to just do it like this.
So you've dragged it to the Google Doc. Now, when you click on the image in the Google Doc, would it locate back to Collaborating?
Currently not, but that is something that is the next thing that we are going to develop inside this. There are some obvious tech challenges if you edit things from that snippet, how to locate it. We have some already ideas how to do it, but that is kind of an idea to have that all sorted out. So you do your research, you produce your output. Your output can be a blog post or research paper, whatever, and then to have that interlinked with Collaborating to see the history of that.
Yeah, what I was thinking is when you move it to Google Drive, then you collaborate with somebody else on that Google Drive, and then you put it back into collaborating for safekeeping. So it's like real time edits, and it would save on collaborating. But that's coming, so that sounds really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, our main idea is just to optimize that research part of the process. So whether you use Notion, Google Docs, whatever you use, we want to enable you just not to break that workflow, so you can use anything else than for editing. And then we'll, as we figure out the way to do it like this with this simple UX, we'll figure out the way to then optimize that back process from a document to a collab writing, right?
Awesome. Okay, Sandra did share some of this, but I know I just wanted to ask another question on that. That's been covered, so that's great.
Awesome. So something tied to that is obviously we did additional exports that we are optimizing from time to time. So we've developed this down CSV. So whenever you have that kind of a workflow where you collect information and then need to sort it out in a spreadsheet, because we saw that some of our users have different snippets of information, and if they are from that developing content from like video content, they in most cases have it already sorted out inside a Google Sheet, so enabling them to just export everything to CSV and then again not break that workflow. An additional thing was bring it to PDFs. This came from users that actually have in-person meetings and wanted to have a way just to print that topic because they do not have their like creative agencies where on meetings they must not have devices of any kind. So this was kind of an idea that came from that. And that's currently our direction with color writing, is to make it as easy as possible wherever you are to just collect information and start collaborating around it. And then when you do your research, collaborative research, we just enable you wherever you want to output it. And direction where we are currently going, I believe Sandra already showed you how you can add tweet with a single click. We are just now developing the same integration with YouTube. So in the next week or so, you'll be able to just highlight a piece of YouTube video. And in the beginning, it's going to be only a screenshot of that video. But in the future, it's going to be a transcribed part of that video. So you can, as easily as you can collaborate on text, you'll be able to collaborate on YouTube videos as well, and then podcasts, etc. So from one direction, we are developing this collaborative platform, and from another direction, we are trying just to integrate into basic workflow. So wherever you are, you can collect information, and then wherever you want, you can output that piece of information.
So then, what my mind is saying is that once the online research has been collected, I can then edit it in Google Docs or on collaborating, and then post it directly back to Facebook, LinkedIn, or Medium to write a blog post, etc.
Yeah. You have everything interlocked, and then with these different things that we're developing on the AI side and searching for information. So we currently have like this full app search. So if you're looking for content marketing, you can find all topics around content marketing. You can find all the snippets from your workflow workspace of content marketing, but also you can get these snippets, AI suggestions that our bot just goes through internet and finds something that might be interesting for you. So we are going to that direction to whatever is collected at any time, you can then access it in the future. And not only that, but we are reusing our models in the background to give you additional next step suggestions. If you do not find in your internal knowledge base anything you want, you can just click the links, and those links are again locatable. So this is something that our AI model is doing, and we have some future plans around accessing that information. The most basic thing about accessing information is this kind of a pull mechanism where I go to a collab writing and then I search for something and I get information back. But the next thing that we are going to develop in the next few months, beginning of the next year, we are pushing something we call knowledge triggers. So knowledge triggers are basically is the push way of information. So what we notice with our users is even if there is information inside the organization, in most cases, they do not go there to find it. So what we are developing right now is if you, for example, land on a blog post or in future a YouTube video, we can first of all show you what's important on that blog post from our own user base. And then if you add that piece of information to your research topic, with that suggestion, you are giving us the idea that you found it important to you as well. So we can give you next steps. So from that, you can just go and then do the research in collaboration with our Copilot, because you're just selecting information that is important for you, and then we push you to the next step, to give you the relevant information for you.
On top of that, because collaborating is all about collaborating with other people, would we that if we search for content ideation in Copilot and it found this topic, could we make before we drag it into collaborating or copy it over, or if we did copy it over and we added a comment, would other people that have also accessed this be able to see our comments or see? Okay,
No.
they would just see that. They wouldn't even be able to see that we've copied it.
Yeah.
How is there a way that we could opt into that to say, yes, I wouldn't mind people seeing my comments because it would help them on their online researching journey?
How we see it right now, we see it from the perspective of graphs. So when you have your own organization, whoever is in your workspace, they'll be able to get knowledge triggers from your private graph. So, for example, when we talked with VCs, they have that idea that when you land on a LinkedIn page of a founder, you can get a knowledge trigger about someone else from your organization previously already left notes of that founder for that LinkedIn page. Or if you have your content marketing organization, whenever someone lands on a this kind of page, you will have knowledge trigger from your organization as well, where you can see previous knowledge from your organization. But besides that, different graph is our own graph that we developed with our Copilot that gives you additional information that we find useful.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's great.
So I got a general question for you about your SV download, like the CSV downloads.
Mhm.
What data points are included in that, and are you in that data points are citations included?
Yeah. So you basically get the URL, title, and currently snippets. So you get everything that you find in here with citations and snippets, but we still haven't added comments to that expert.
So is there any way to, like, when you drag and copy it from this platform into Google Doc, that it brings over the citations with it? Because I mean, if you're writing like a report or you want to talk about a quote from somewhere, is that an option?
Yeah, we are still optimizing this. So I just went here and clicked copy snippets. So for that, you can get this kind of report, and in this kind of report, you then get citation. You get links directly to those links. Those snippets
The
of information.
sources, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So when if you export to PDF, will it show at the bottom sources came from this link, this link, this link?
Yeah, the same is with PDF. So in PDF, you have those links on the top, so you can follow them back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But this is obviously something that we are going to expand more. So we are still early stages, still a pretty small team. So how we do product development is we talk with users, we get their feedback, and then they suggest features. So we are pretty agile into adding those features. When it comes to exports, obviously we'll in the future create it more approachable to enable you to select pieces of information that you want, and then give you the option to export it to CSV, PDF, whatever you want to use it. So we have some ideas into make it more customizable, right?
Yeah, and I wonder if just because we're using another platform to help repurpose podcast content, is if once we've collected 5 or so pieces of content from different sources that we want in one blog post, but it just doesn't make sense if you put like 5 paragraphs together, is there a way to ask the AI to make it make sense so that there's context and it doesn't seem like we've found it from 5 different sources, it's come from one and it's written by myself in the tone of a marketer?
Yeah, we had that idea as well. So what we are currently looking into is integrating with ChatGPT, but we'll see. The biggest question for us still is the cost efficiency of AI models, and on the other hand, if integrating with ChatGPT is something that is gonna be enough value for our users.
Yeah,
So,
because again, they're using collaborating as a research tool, not as a content writing tool.
yeah. The only thing that is different from AI models compared to, for example, Google Docs, is that we basically have that one just API call to that whatever large language model, and we can give you that snippet of information and summarization. So our biggest thing right now is our goal is to just do this collaborative research, and at this stage we want to just integrate with everything else. But we'll see. We're gonna test this a little bit more in the future to see whether this big value for our users, not to break workflow, but to get just like you have copy snippets, to have simple option with your prompt to get that summarization, so you can then copy it everywhere else.
Yeah. So we've covered Copilot and the simple use of collaborating. Could we just quickly show Robbie how you would copy something from a source into collaborating?
Okay. So you can go to whatever website that you find interesting. You just open our Chrome extension, and first of all, you can find your research topic that you want to put that piece of information that you found online, or you can just with one click create new research topic, and with a single selection of text and pressing enter, you get that piece of information inside your research topic. Then from there, you can add additionals like title, leaving some comments. This is important of that. and then start collaborating from that research topic. So your workspace members will already have that access to that topic, but you can add additional users to a particular topic with different different access roles, or you can create that anyone with a link can have access to that particular research topic. And when you share that link then you can customize it with your own logos, with your own colors. So this my workspace, so I put this gray color at this kind of my logo, but you can create logo of your agency, your podcast, whatever. So you can create kind of a research that you can share with your colleagues or your audience.
Does it have integration to sync with like other note platforms? Prime example, like I use notes on my cell phone and I have like about 3,000 notes. Is there any way to kind of do a mass migrate from one platform to yours?
We still don't have it, but it's on our roadmap. In the beginning, it's gonna be most likely like general import from CSV, and then we'll see from there what are most common use cases and go from there.
Very cool.
That's a good question, because I've got every time I have a new idea, I just click new note, and then I realize, oh, why did I do that?
It got to the point I started using hashtags to kind of keep them organized, but I mean, this platform is way more robust than just leveraging hashtags for sure.
Yeah,
I have the same problem, especially with YouTube and podcasts, because I learned a lot from YouTube and podcasts. So I can't wait just to integrate with everything and to start adding and inputting all my notes to collaborating.
Yeah. And then with the dawn of AI, I mean, if you're going from old notes to this new format, you can kind of leverage the AI to kind of help you organize it. 'Cause that's the biggest task. You may have 1,000 notes, but you don't know where that particular note is in that subnote or how to find it or where to look for it.
Yeah. And those are challenges that I had previously in my entrepreneurial career solved with AI. And that's something that when we talk about this pull versus push knowledge is something that we'll integrate, because in most cases, even for personal use, you saved something somewhere, but you can't find it. But that's on personal use. On organizational or institutional knowledge level, in most cases you just cannot find anything that is important for you, and that's something that in backend we are really trying to solve, and that's something that we bet our future on to solving that particular problem. So pushing you information, not when you know where and how to find it, but when you need it.
So with that, with we're talking about like general searching. Do you have anything on the roadmap as far as like leveraging like cloud keywords to say, okay, this is one keyword that's been utilized on like 400 of your notes, and you can kind of click on that word and then see all the notes that's associated to that keyword?
We had something similar to on our roadmap. I can even show you. This is in beta. This is not public. So if you, for example, search for how to be first on Google, nothing will pop up here. Only our AI suggestions, because our AI suggestions understand what you want, but nothing from this workspace. But we put this semantic keyword just for our testing, and this kind of suggestions from your own database, what you need to look next. So it finds snippets of information to solve direct problems. So that's something similar. Whenever you try to, whenever you, first of all, whenever you create a topic, from the whole beginning, we can then tell you in this for this topic, you most likely can use this and this snippet from your organization already. So you can go to them and add it to information. And when you start adding snippets, we can give you, again, that push of knowledge towards you.
So, I mean, you did that pretty quickly. Is the AI always updating itself and leveraging the content as you put it in? So that it all has a reference point? Okay.
Yeah. We do both things. So constantly optimizing it, and we have bots running around the internet and collecting information.
Got it. Yeah. I'm sold.
So on the conversation of sold, Ivan, you've got a special giveaway, haven't you? To talk about today.
Yes, Sandra just told me that I guess we are giving 6 months for free for Copilot, and Personal Pro goes with that. So I'm not sure how this this goes. That's on your side to find a winner, but yeah, we are open to giving full model unlimited of Copilot for free.
Yeah, awesome. So yesterday, because SA joined me as a co-host, he's going to be gifted the first one, and because Robbie is here
Awesome.
and has been with me for the last 2 hours and engaged in all of the conversations, and even talked about his favorite tool, which is Wave Video, which I definitely sold on myself. The next 6 months free is for you, Robbie, because I know it will help you with researching for your guests.
Thanks, dude. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll just need like emails and we'll sort everything out.
Yeah, I'll sort that out. Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, what a great way to end day 3 of the AppSumo Black Friday event, featuring AppSumo success stories, some of the founders that are live on AppSumo right now, and then some tools that we'd like to see back on or launching on AppSumo. So thank you so much for being here, everybody, and tuning in and listening on the podcast as well. Until next time, see you then.
Awesome.